What up, how's it going? Matt Sweets here, and it is 2018. So you know what that means? We got new damas for you. New videos, new everything in 2018 for Sweets Kendamas. And right now, I'm about to unbox the V10s for you. We've been working super hard on the V10s. It's something that we tried to switch it up on this one. We said V10, we've been doing this for 10 installments. We gotta do something crazy for the 10th one. The thing that you're gonna notice though about the V10s, the Kens are all different woods. I said it, all different woods. That's what I'm the most hyped about. The first one, we are gonna start with an Ash Prime. The names of these ones are also some of the best names we've ever came up with. Mark my words. I know we come up with some crazy stuff here, but we got some good ones. And for you, for this one, we have the Asteroid Belt. I know, right? Very punny. The Asteroid Belt. It's perfect though, because this Tama has this nice little belt of this speckly paint that is so crazy. The guys down in the lab got this new paint and these new speckles, and they wanted to do all of them at once. See what it would do if we took all these different types of flakes and put them on one Dama. So you have here the Asteroid Belt. 5 different sparkles on this Dama. All the Tamas are beach as well, just so you know. The only one that isn't is the bamboo one. But the Kens are all different. So this one's got the Ash Ken, which varies in weight, much like a beach Ken. But then the Tama is really where it's at. So we got the white and black with the copper flake, the teal flake, the jade flake. Like I said, so many flakes. It is insane. This one has Pro Clear too. I know there are Pro Clear lovers out there in Kendama world, okay? The Gallaghers are the biggest fans of Pro Clear. It's what Nick uses to compete at every event. I know Zach has a bunch he hones just for competition, so if you want to play like those dudes, Pro Clear is where it's at. So definitely check out the Asteroid Belt. First ever Ash Prime. All right, next. This one is probably like the most iconic for me because starting in Kendama, everybody did bamboo. Like, everyone as in like us, or Kenko and Kusa, you know, but for us, it was never something that we wanted to paint. It wasn't something that we were really like hyped to do at Sweets because everyone else did it and we like doing stuff different. So we kind of left it off the table. But I always loved bamboo. I always wanted to have a bamboo kendama. So for the first time ever, Sweets Kendamas has a bamboo kendama. And we call this one the Baja Bamboo. This one is Pro Cleared as well, so you know it's gonna wear in perfectly. We got the half split with the sea foam and the white hole, so you can see it perfectly coming around. The guys also used a little bit of the jade flake in this one, so it has a nice little sparkle. But this one, we didn't want to do anything too crazy. We wanted you to be able to see the bamboo, and we wanted you to be able to track it really well, so we kept it simple with the half split and with the little white tracking at the bottom. The bamboo is a little bit lighter of a kendama, just in general. Usually they come a little bit lighter than a normal beech wood, so low 60s, sometimes in the 70s, but if you're looking for a lighter, honed, really, like all the balance is honed because it's so light, so the proportion of weight is really, really good on these. So I would say bamboo, super unique, one of a kind, never done by Sweets, so first time doing bamboo. Super hyped. Okay, this one is probably my favorite. It's the one that, in Kendama, Purpleheart has been the wood that is just the fanciest, you know? Like, what's the fanciest wood we can use? And Tara really started it all back in the day. Tara, Mr. Alex Smith, making his super famous kendamas with the white Tama and the purple Ken. Like, that's what, to me, Tara Kendama is. That's what it was, and that's how I remember them. So when I went to go do this one, I was like, man, I want to make something that has that purple Ken with a nice white Tama. But then, obviously, we had to sweetify it, so we call this one the Splatter Raptor. Yes, you heard it right, the Splatter Raptor. I know, the names, they just keep coming, you know? This line, actually, we had to have the whole team involved in naming these. So each person at Sweets took time to name one of these. We threw out names for hours trying to figure it out. It's one of the funnest / stressful things we do here at Sweets Kendamas is trying to figure out what to call these darn things. But Splatter Raptor is dope. Purpleheart is a heavy Ken. So if you like a more heavyweight kendama, a heavier setup, that's what Purpleheart is all about. For the earth turns, for slings, it is super heavy, so it just sticks to your finger. It's perfect. But then look at that splatter at the bottom of this purple dom. I think it's one of my favorite designs we came out with this new one because it's something we've never done before. We've done some splatter splits like the Natty Ice and some stuff like that, but this purple metallic line, we tried to match it to the wood as much as we could. So it's really close to that purple. And then the splatter really just gives it some style. We liked how it looked. So this one is probably my favorite out of all of them just because it's Purpleheart. If you're a Dama player and you don't have a Purpleheart Dama, you're gonna want this because we're making these all real affordable for you so everyone can have some cool exotic wood from Sweets Kendamas. 2 Kendamas left. We had to send it with the maple still. I couldn't do all exotic woods. We had to still stick with the maple because we've never done maple aside from the pro models and the champ mod and the Luzi. So we wanted to make sure that we did one that was no special engravings, just the crossken on the maple. This Tama was one that was painted by Shane Kohlmeyer in the Sweets Lab. When we started working on the V's, it was like one of the first prototypes and it didn't make the cut. But then he made a new one around Christmas and I was like, we need to run that. And so it's salmon with a light blue to dark blue / purplish fade. This one we call the Patagonia because if any of you know the famous clothing brand Patagonia, their colorway is very similar to it. But also the Patagonia, the place, is also a very beautiful, beautiful place, and it reminds us of the sunrise and the beautiful clouds. So this one is cushioned. Along with this one, I didn't mention that, the Splatter Raptor is cushioned as well. But it has the good tracking. This one I've actually been jamming on my trip the whole time. So this one has got some serious love. Obviously wearing in just like Kush does, you guys know. I took a couple concrete slams, but it's held up really nice and it's been a good jammer for me. So definitely I recommend this one because it played so nice. I had to take it to Hawaii though because of the colors. All the pictures, it looks so nice. If you saw this one around my neck in pics, now you know why. I was testing her out, making sure it worked. Last but not least, a wood that is done by many people again, but not by Sweets, the Zebrano. Zebrano is one of the craziest looking woods in all of Kendama because they call it Zebrano obviously for how it looks, but it's got this tannish brown black feel and they're all a little bit different. Some are lighter, some are darker, and again the weight on this one is usually heavier, but I've weighed a few of these myself and the weight ranges. So you could get one that's really honed at 70, but you may get like an 80, 85 gram too, because Zebrano is a very exotic hardwood that when it gets into the middle, the heartwood of the tree, it gets really, really heavy. So there's not gonna be any weight matching for these. There's no weight options, so you're gonna get what you get. But just know that if you like a little bit of heavier setup, this one's gonna be dope. We call this one the hot Choco Latte. Really, we don't do a lot of dark colors, we don't do a lot of browns and stuff with Sweets Kendamas, but this one we thought that this Ken needed a brownish Tama. So we got like a sparkling chocolate up here on top with a nice little goldish copper in the middle and then white on the bottom so that you got the perfect hole for seeing and for tracking everything. But again, Zebrano, a wood that many people have done and done really well, but we have never done it. So we wanted to do something cool. Again, this is one I was jamming myself. I picked one, obviously, I mean, I'm Sweet, so I get to look through the boxes and pick the craziest grain. So I picked one that was just out of this world with the grain. This one's super heavy, like almost 90 gram Ken, but it's because I took 2 heartwood pieces and smashed them together. So it really is a chunker. It does some damage to the Tama, but that just makes it wear in that much faster. So the Zebrano Hot Choco Latte, so sick. But yeah, the V10s, we wanted to do something unique and something different to really show all you guys that we're trying to up our game here at Sweets Kendamas. V10 is just the beginning. We got a whole year to go doing a bunch of cool, crazy new things. And we want to know what you think of all the wood. So please, let us know what you think. Do we need to do more bamboos? Like, it's something we're down to do in the future, but we don't know. So these are all very limited. We have a small amount of each single one of these. And they're not going to be made again, just like all the other Vs, but these are actually smaller quantities because of the different woods. So if you really want one, you need to make sure that you get online for the release date and snag the one you're looking for. Make sure you send us some comments, send us some DMs, letting us know what you think about the new line. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Thanks for a great 2017, and this year is going to be great. I'm Matt Sweets. Have a good day. Peace.